Hey, this is the Bad Guy Spoken Podcast. We got your host, of course, the Bad Guy, Kenny, and then we got Ash from the Naked to the Core podcast. How you
Hey,
feeling?
what's going on? I'm chilling. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So I'm
That's
gonna start off like this. We always come with the wild news here, so I'm gonna start off like this. The FDA approves latex underwear that protects against STIs during sex.
like underwear.
Yeah,
What? Who
yeah.
who
Just
even gonna who's gonna wear that?
I'm just trying to figure out a situation where I would be okay with that. Like for her to be like, hey, like before you go down there, I'm wearing some of this these latex drawers. So be careful, it might be poison. So like I just that's wild.
It's wild how it's like so many new things when it's like you can really just stick to the basics. You can really just put a condom on if you want to. Like
Yeah. I was I was gonna say I'd rather just get whatever disease it is at this point. I
hey,
didn't embarrass myself.
we're not doing the latex draws. Like
Looking the latex
nobody,
drawers.
I don't know nobody that's gonna do that.
Yeah, that's a while. When I saw that, I was like, So I wonder who's like, because what's the thing they used to have the what's called it the dental dam? That's what they
Oh,
used to call.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the closest thing. But yeah, they got the whole draws now. I just was just stuck. I didn't know how to even react to that. I just seen that. I was like, well, there you
I
go.
wonder did like people really even utilize the dental dam?
I
I've never came across.
yeah, I was gonna say I've never used it.
Not
And
right.
yeah, because like I said, I'd rather get whatever disease it is at this point than
At this
pull out
point.
that the Ziploc bag they got and put it over somebody. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's just embarrassing in my opinion.
Definitely.
Well, speaking of, since we on that subject, there is. I mean, since we on the subject of all that, so there's a porn class in Utah's Westminster's College that I guess where the students watch pornographic films together.
Oh. But what's the what's the point of that? Like what that's just
It just
it's
I'm looking at it. It just says Westminster College will offer the class titled "Film 3000 Porn" and states on its website that hardcore pornography is more popular than Sunday Night Football. And it just talked about how like it's more American than apple pie and more popular than Sunday Night Football, billion-dollar industry. But yeah, it's just saying basically as part of the course, students will watch pornographic films and discuss the sexualization of race, class, and gender according to description. Yeah.
oh so is they trying to work it in to make it informative somehow. But
I just think that's weird because you got that weird person in class, and I ain't trying to touch elbows with them.
a bunch of people just sitting there watching porn and then people react physically different to porn, so it's just like going to be some weird type shit going on in that classroom.
Yeah, yeah, that's just that's just I couldn't do it. I was
Right.
like, sir, can I leave? I don't like this.
Right.
Well, speaking of facials,
Wow.
MasterCard is introducing a new technology for its card users that allows them to pay for items using facial recognition.
Hmm.
So you don't need your card, you don't need the little phone with the Apple Pay no more. You can just
I,
bring your face.
I like it.
I mess with that too because I lose my wallet a lot. So yeah, that'll be perfect for me. I feel like that's the way to go.
Right. Yeah, I can rock with that one.
And since we're on that subject of cards, Wells Fargo allegedly held fake job interviews for minority candidates they had no intentions of hiring because the jobs were already promised to others.
And I just read that same story. I forget what on one of the blogs a couple of days ago, and I just was like, wow. And I guess the person that exposed it is somebody that no longer works with the company. And Wells Fargo basically is trying to say that it's not true, but
yeah, that's all they can say. They can't. They said that's true. That's we all bad for.
Right. But I imagine wicked stuff like that because the way the world is, and I imagine that really is going on, and that's terrible, wasting people's time and getting people's hopes up, and it's wild. That's all I can say is that's wild.
Yeah, that just shows like they don't really love us like that. Like it's just crazy. Like we can't even get the job. Like that's wild. We just trying to get the job.
Just trying
too much
to waste our time. Like you ain't even got it if you feel like you're not trying to rock with us like that and have us working for your company. Okay, then tell us that the position is full. Why even have the little fake interviews and got us all dressed up and hopeful?
Wasting our time.
We could have been put in doing an interview somewhere else. Like
exactly.
Right.
Speaking of they don't love us, off-duty Connecticut cop is put on leave after gunning down black mama bear, shooting her 7 times. The bear had 2 kids. Even the black bears ain't safe.
No black animals are safe.
Another black safe.
They didn't kill the bear. You said the bear had 2 kids?
Yeah, 2 kids. They shot her 7 times too.
And that's overkill. You ain't even have to do that.
You ain't even do nothing. Or she ain't even do nothing. Yeah, that's just
right. The babies don't even know what happened to mama. Like
coming home, it's like, man, where my mama at?
Right.
Ain't no mama.
Well, then took them out like they do.
Well, so yeah, ain't busting the bears ain't even safe. I don't even have to transition to this one. I just saw a post. It said a roommate wanted. I just want to read the crazy stuff they got for this. So it says, single male, 44 years old, searching for a roommate. Must be female, aged 18 to 25 and single. Must be willing to cook and clean. 1-bedroom apartment. You can use the couch until you are comfortable enough to share the bedroom. No pets, no drinking, no drugs, and no male friends allowed. My home has a no closed doors policy. This is for safety. $400 a month. Call Owen. Then it has his phone number at the bottom, but it was blurred out.
So he then found a little creative way to post a dating ad,
pretty much,
for a roommate.
Sleep ain't getting paid
until you feel comfortable enough to sleep in the bed. Come on. I can imagine in my head what he probably looks like too. That's the thing. I'm sure.
I know he dirty. I know he dirty.
Dirty. Yeah.
And he think he was slick too, because he was like, what he said? He said no male friends allowed, and you gotta sleep on the couch till you're comfortable enough to sleep in the bedroom. Like, nah, that's
like no closed doors.
Yeah, no closed. Yeah, he a creep. Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me. Creep.
Yeah. Yep.
And just found some more wild news. An Arby's manager admitted to urinating in milkshake mix on multiple occasions because he got sexual gratification from the act.
Oh my God, I saw that too. Oh my God, that just turns. Now is a place that I already don't frequent anyway. Arby's, a lot of people don't go to Arby's. That's like the running joke. Like, how is Arby's even still in business? And then y'all already got this reputation, and then to find out that this is what's going on at a particular Arby's, this is like, shut it down. You got to board up at this point.
That's disgusting. Like,
that's terrible.
That's one of the few things I do get there is the milkshakes. I get the Jamocha milkshake. And he over here peeing on in the milkshake mix. Acting up.
And then it makes you think, like, not even just Arby's, but just eating fast food, period. We really don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Like,
no, not at all.
No.
It's sick.
I'm going to have to start, I need to find me a food stamp plug, because I'm going to have to start just eating at the house.
Yeah, I need that same thing for real. Because this stuff is expensive out here.
Right, crazy. I can't eat and drive with the way gas is.
Bruh, they What's it? It's at $5 now. Pretty much, it's about to be $5.
Pretty much, right.
What's they acting up out here? And then, some more deviants. Andy Dick, the comedian Andy Dick, was arrested on suspicion of sexually assaulting a man who claimed to wake up with lube in his buttocks, is what it says, in his buttocks, after sleeping in Andy's RV. You can't even go to sleep around these comedians now. Like,
no, and Andy Dick is like, so he's always been creepy to me. Like, that's not even a surprising story for Andy for me. Like, they say he got an RV, a camper or something.
Yeah, it said, yeah, like I guess the guy fell asleep in his RV and he woke up, he had lube on his butt. Like, that's a wild way to wake up. Like,
right.
wake up your butt cold. You're like, wait a minute, sir.
Right.
Sir, what is this about?
What is going on? On now, Andy. Like, you got a little bit of fame or something. You could pay for something. You ain't gotta be weird.
You can pay for some.
You ain't gotta be weird, just putting lube on dudes. Like, come on. Tighten up, Andy.
I couldn't pay for it. I couldn't pay for it. I'd rather just be out here just waiting. I can't pay for it. I just wouldn't know because, like, you know, after you finish, like, you come to your senses. I just be like, I really pay for that. Like,
I really right. that money for something else, like, because it's out here for free. It really make you feel like I'm not about to pay for it.
Exactly. And then Kodak Black tweeted he likes KFC over Popeye, since we were talking about restaurants, and people are coming at him for it.
KFC over Popeyes?
That's what he liked.
What did he do be saying? What's he say? My name is Kodak Black, but when you see
me, I'm white. When you see me, I'm white.
Yes. Because KFC is more, you know, leaning towards the Caucasian side than Popeyes.
Yeah, because I think the only thing I eat at a KFC was the little famous bowl.
Yeah.
That's all I eat is that and the little chicken littles. Other than that, I don't touch KFC.
That's it. Yeah, I like their bowls, but not one of those in years. It's just not a place that comes to mind when I'm thinking like, well, let me figure out what I'm gonna eat. KFC just doesn't come.
Never.
It doesn't.
I don't even crave it. Like, I will never be like, man, you know, I want some of that KFC. Like, I've never even crave it. Like,
never have. So I'm just like, that's enough for him to prefer that over Popeyes. That's a little different.
And I've only had Church's Chicken one time. I'm scared of Church's Chicken, low key, because them wings be about this big, and I don't trust that. I can't trust them wings.
I ain't had Church's Chicken in years, and it's so funny because I had read like either it was like a status on Facebook or something that said Church's Chicken is only located in the hood. Like, you're not gonna Church's Chicken in the neighborhood.
If you don't see that glass up.
Yeah, when I thought about it, I'm like, that is a fact.
Yeah, I was about to say that's all I've ever seen of that too. I'm trying to be Sadiddy now, but I'm like,
right.
I can't do it. I try. And speaking of Kodak Black, Azalea Banks said, "I got a crush on Kodak Black." That's what she tweeted.
Now Azalea, she's just one like that comes out her mouth. And it's weird because I've seen her make a lot of sense with certain stuff, but it's just like most of the time it's like, girl, what are you doing?
She said some wild stuff. And then she's quick to talk about somebody, but then when she got on Wild Out and got humbled real quick.
Yeah,
she had nothing to say after that.
No. So I could see her having a crush on Kodak. I could actually see that. Kodak ain't gonna go for her though. She's not his type.
Apparently he's white.
Right.
I don't like that at all.
Right.
And Future tweeted, "Leave them ugly girls alone." And then says, "Don't get high and treat an ugly girl pretty. Huge mistake." Then tweeted, "Ugly girls be an imaginary relationship."
Hilarious. Like, I'll be trying so bad not to just love this man, but I love him. Like,
I like Future. I like, it was one of those things where it's like I feel like he wasn't like that, but because the internet made him like that, like made this character that, and he's like, well, I was going to just be this character
Yeah,
there.
gonna fall into it. And it's so funny whenever I see like a throwback picture of Future. Like, have you seen his like yearbook, high school yearbook picture?
Oh yeah. I have seen that.
You see how he looked? Like how he acts now makes a lot of sense because how he looked back then, he probably didn't have no girls or anything like that going on. So
Yeah.
he in his life now for what he probably missed out on in school. So it kind of makes sense. I mean, he'll tighten up one day. Maybe.
I just think it's I said on our past podcast that I feel like when people are famous, especially for a long time, it's like I don't want to say like you don't have game, but like pretty much it's like your game is different. Like you just be like, I'm Future. And they be like, and they pretty much go for it. But then yeah, sometimes where you actually have to try, and they just be saying some weird stuff. That's why you get people that get caught saying weird stuff, like Zion Williamson, or they be trying to pay for it, like James Harden. Like you just always something weird, like going on. Once they don't get past that, like they ain't going for step one. Let me go ahead and do some weird stuff, like or let me try anything and it don't work. And I just feel like that's where Future is at. Just saying wild stuff. Just like he's like, well, like, fuck it, I guess.
They get to that point where they got the fame, they got the money, they can kind of pretty much have anybody they want. Like they just kind of live life on a different level than us normal common folk will ever really understand. I imagine they just really get bored. It's like, let me say whatever, let me do this and let me do that because they have everything to their disposal. So it's just like, and as much as women talk down about Future, there are twice as many that are intrigued by him.
Yeah.
Even with him acting like that, he Future gonna be.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. It's like even though like the people like that get a bad rep, there's still people that's gonna go for it. The kind of like the what's his name? The one that died recently, Kevin Samuels. I feel like because was he married? I don't know if he was married or if he just had a girlfriend.
The whole thing supposedly with Kevin Samuels, he wasn't married. He had been married before, but this female that was with him when he passed, we don't really know if that was a girlfriend. I think she said she kind of had just met him for real. So it kind of was like a link, not necessarily a relationship.
See, I didn't know the whole story behind it. I just knew that some girls, I didn't know if that was his girlfriend, wife, or just some girl he had met. I just knew some girls with him. She looked good too, but it was like some girls with him, and he had passed. I'm like, well, hopefully she ain't set him up. Like, I'm doing this for all females.
First heard that, I was like, but it seems like she was actually a nurse.
Okay.
It was really,
Wait, she was a nurse and she let him.
She was really working hard to try to save him, but she could only do so much. But I can only imagine how she feels. Like, damn, I was there when Kevin Samuels.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's your claim to fame now. Like, that's crazy.
Oh, it's thundering and everything out here.
Yeah, I heard that mess too. I'm like, oh.
Pray my little Wi-Fi connection don't tap out on me. But yeah.
And then speaking of like I guess relationships, Keisha Cole and Antonio Brown. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh my gosh. When I first seen the little first post where she was talking about she missed him, I was like, come on, Keisha. I was hoping and praying because I know that they did like a song together. He trying to have a little rap career and she was on. I'm like, please just let this be some type of promotion for this song. Come on, Keisha. Like, come on,
she was dead serious.
Oh, but then I seen the post and he had, I don't know if that little tattoo she had was real or not of his initials on her back and everything.
I think it is real. I think it is real.
It is. And just like, damn. And then the way he came out there, like talking, like, we don't want you, Keisha. He didn't say I did. But he's speaking in third person. We don't want
all his personalities talking to like, no, none of us want to.
oh, none of his personalities want like
it's like split. He's like, no, I don't know. We don't want nothing. We don't want that at all.
no, look at the track record, it's just like sad.
Yeah, it was Keisha Cole's like she a little off, and then he's off too. So it was just like
It's just bad. It just was a bad scene, and I just was like, I felt so bad. At first, I'm like, Keisha, come on now, you know better. I don't feel bad for you. But then when it went down like it did, I'm like, I feel bad because it's like, girl, obviously you ain't wrapped too tight. Yes, we see that. But you're gonna let this man who's even more
he's wild.
have
Him and Kanye go to the games together and wear masks in public, like
a little Kanye flunky, like girl. I just want Keisha just to be great. It's bad. Like she's just looking for love in all the wrong places. She has the worst taste in men.
Yeah.
Worst taste in men.
Speaking of worst taste in men, Jocelyn Hernandez. I don't know if you seen that picture of her looking crazy. I don't know if she's angry or she's on that cocaine or what that is, but she looked crazy.
That cocaine. Yeah. Every time I just automatically assume Jocelyn is high all the time. I made a post on my Facebook page, and I think it was something. It was like some little joke and reference. She was doing a performance, and it was a little reference to her being high. And somebody commented like, "Oh, was she high during?" No, they said, "Did they say she was high?" And I'm like, "Oh, my bad. I just assumed she. I just always assume she is like."
Cause she do a lot of cokehead stuff for real. But it was that face. That's what got me. That face she made.
Jocelyn is just, and I'm just now. I hadn't really watched any of her show. Well, I didn't have the Zeus to watch it, but I've just started catching up on some of it, and I'm like, how is this even happening? How are these girls letting Jocelyn talk to them like that? This is Jocelyn. I mean, she not.
So what is the show about? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking about getting the Zeus Network because I want to see that, and I want to see Chance's little show. I've always been a fan of Flavor of Love, and I love New York, them kind of shows like that. So I was like, I'll go check that out. But like, what is her show about? Is it like Bad Girls Club? Like, what is that?
Dang, I still don't really get the concept. It's called Jocelyn's Cabaret, and it's just like a bunch of girls in the house, like. I don't know the point of the show. I've only seen like a couple episodes. I ain't really binge watched yet because somebody just now let me use their Zeus login. I was on the fence about if I want to pay for another subscription because I already got enough, but somebody gave me their login to use. So I caught all the way up on the Bad Boys Club. And I've only seen a couple of Jocelyn's. I gotta catch all the way up on her.
Bad Boys Club now?
Yes, the Bad Boys Club. That's the show that has Kirk Franklin's son.
Okay.
And really, it's just a bunch of gay dudes. Really, it's like supposed to be 2 straight dudes in the house, and they're suspect. One is cool. The other one is like was kind of coming off as extremely homophobic. So people were, because of how he was acting, were like, oh, he's probably on the DL because he's being extra for no reason. Like he was grilling Kirk Franklin's son about his sexuality, trying to make him state what he likes. And it's like, why are you so worried about what that grown man doing? That grown man ain't bothering you.
That's weird. I already think homophobia is weird already to be like, oh, I don't like them because they liked it. Like that's weird to me already. But like to be in a whole house full of gay people and then you're like coming off like that, that's crazy. Like, and low key seemed kind of staged, like or fake, like okay, let's bring him in here, see how he act.
It do, because part of me, like, you had to know who the cast was before you really agreed to go into the house. So you knew you weren't going to be in a house with a bunch of gay dudes, and you still decided to come. So it's just,
he was like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll live with them.
And you're gonna get in there and start acting weird. It's strange. Like it was like I said, the 2 straight dudes. The other one, he was kind of trying to act like that at first, but he was kind of just being like a little flunky of that dude. But he's
Okay.
around and he's cool with everybody in the house. You know what I'm saying? He's just real cool and laid back. This one is still kind of funny acting and can't really get a. But they gave him his own dating show that's supposed to be starting up soon.
I actually, now I think about, I think I might have seen a clip. I think that's the one where the guy got punched. He went like flying across the room. Is that the show? Is that show?
Yeah, that's Bad Boys Club.
Okay, I saw some. I saw that and I was cracking up. I think I shared it too, and I was like, "This is wild," but I didn't realize it was that.
He slid him like popped him across that floor.
I mean, he's like, "Bitch," and that's what he sees. He's gonna fly.
That was the most entertaining. That was the best show so far, the best episode so far. So, but it ain't nothing really but a bunch of fighting. It's really no point to that show, but it's entertaining. So
Yeah, I might have to check that out for real because there's a few shows on Zeus I might have to watch now. Because like I said, I want to watch now. I'm going to have to watch that too, and then like I said, I want to watch the Chance show because I seen he had a transgender on there, and he was like, "What?" And it was like obvious too. He was like,
I think they called him Mangina or something like that.
No, no.
Yeah, that's what his nickname or her nickname was, Mangina.
Oh yeah, they acting up. They acting up.
I was like, what?
Yeah, they acting up on there. All right. Well, we're going to the part of the show where you do the it's the Florida Man segment. Since I'm from Tallahassee, Florida, technically Florida Man. You got to give me a wild date to find out the wild Florida Man story of the day.
You said a date?
Give me a date.
Like from any year or
well, just any day for the year, just any date, and it'll pull up any Florida Man story that's been that's on that day.
Let me see. So what's today's date? The
21st.
So let's say May 21st of 1998.
Okay. Let me see. Okay.
Yeah, turn my lights
on. Florida man climbs atop playground equipment at Clearwater Park, tells kids where babies come from.
What?
So I guess he climbed the playground equipment and just started telling kids where babies come from.
Oh my goodness. And that's funny because I always, every time I come across certain crazy stories, like on Shade Room or any type of outlet like that, I'll always say, before I even read where the person is from, I say, I'll bet they from Florida.
Yeah, and it's usually Florida, and now it's been Utah lately too.
Yeah.
Utah been acting up.
I'm like, what is it? What's in the water? What's I don't get it.
Them gators, that's what's in the water, them gators. Every Florida man story, gators getting thrown or beat up, that's the other thing too.
Right.
Listen, they acting up out here. This one says, Florida man arrested for attacking daughter with pizza after she didn't want to eat with him. Yeah, they acting up.
Just because baby girl wasn't hungry. Because it's pizza. If she was hungry, she would have ate some pizza. Not hungry, and the dude couldn't handle it.
I guess he was throwing pepperonis at her, is what it says in the article. He got mad for throwing pepperonis at her. They went to jail for assault.
Oh my God. Can you imagine you in jail, people asking you what you in there for? And
just throwing pepperoni.
She didn't want to eat with me. Pepperonis, like people just gonna be like, oh, he's not all the way there. He ain't wrapped too tight.
And now we got our weird fact of the day. Tel Aviv, Israel passes law to require DNA from dogs in order to track down owners who don't pick up after them.
They use what?
So I guess they got like some kind of they require DNA from the dogs. I guess it's a law that got passed where they require DNA from the dogs in order to track down the owners who don't pick up after them.
Wow.
Yeah, so they coming for them.
They are. They tired. That's how you get to the point where you just fed up. You know, folks is fed up when they doing all that.
See that
Like,
dog poop out there. Said, man, you know what? Arrest him right now. Get him.
right. Right. That's wild.
And then we're gonna end with our weird phobia today, where I give you a weird phobia, and you I'll give it a name of the phobia. You just got to guess what the fear is.
Okay.
What do you think? And they're all wild ones too. What do you think quadrophobia is?
You said quadrophobia?
Yeah. What do you think? Quadrophobia.
Quadrophobia. Quad. That's enough. Like, how many is normally in a quad? Like quad. Like, there's triple. Is that like normally? I don't know. My brain is taking a break today.
I will say you are on the right track. You are there. You are there.
It's a fear of. I can't think of what the number is or how many.
Yeah, you pretty much got it. It's the fear of the number 4. So you are there. Fear of the number 4.
A fear of the number 4, like not even fear of 4 people or 4. Just
I mean, this is 4 people. They be like, they don't like anything with 4 in it. Yeah, they get anxiety. They start shaking, start getting the clammy hands. Like they get scared.
What? 24th birthday, 34th birthday, 44th birthday. Oh, 44th birthday.
Well, 44. Oh yeah, they gonna be out this world. That's too far. They gonna pass all the way out. They gonna.
Oh my gosh! What is thing?
Yep, quadrophobia.
That definitely that definitely is wild.
Whether them fears or something else. Well, we're gonna end it with that right there.
Right.
Go ahead and keep that thing tight.